Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a little show and tell and giving you some nostalgic triggers, tingles. So I have a collection of toys that either I owned as a kid or are related to things that remind me of my childhood. I was a 2003 baby, so if you were born sometime around then, this will probably be bring back some memories for some of you. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you had any of these toys, if any of these unlocked some memories for you. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. So I'm starting with this guy, and I have to be careful with him because he makes lots of noise and won't shut the hell up if I accidentally press his button. But this is a Zuzu pet. That's C-H-U, Zuzu pet. And he's basically a little hamster that has a button right here. He squeaks, he makes little noises, and he rolls around, basically rolls around. I feel like a lot of you are familiar. I believe they still make Zuzu pets, though I don't know if they are as popular as they were in their prime. They remind me a lot, they're like in the same vein for me as hex bugs. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a hex bug in my collection, but yeah, Zuzu pet. Now, did y'all ever get this caught in your hair? Or maybe something caught in the wheels? I feel like that's something I remember having an issue with the Zuzu pets, is their wheels getting random crap caught in them. Carpet fibers or whatever. Or having to wrestle it out of my hair. But yeah, super cute. Okay, next. The toy that I will most likely include in the thumbnail. This eye dog. So, I don't know if anyone remembers these eye dogs, but you could connect them to your iPod Touch, and it would dance along, move its little head and its little ears to the music, as well as, see, you can see there's a little speaker right there, as well as his face lights up with little LED lights. I am going to press it so you guys can see, but I'll probably either turn the volume way down or mute it because he makes noise as well. He does little barks. You ready? So cute. Now, I never actually had one of these when I was a kid, but my best friend did, and I was very jealous of her. My parents didn't really buy into a lot of the like trendy toys, so I did not have an eye dog. He also came in this little bag, a little carrier, and as you can see, this little logo here is the symbol that shows up on his face. Now, the bag is in rough condition, as well as him, honestly. As you can tell, he's pretty yellowed. But yeah, I don't honestly know how to zip him into this bag. He doesn't fit very well, but it's cute that he came with one, and you can carry it around like this. So cutie. Alright, okay, so for the next couple ones, keep in mind, I am female, and I was raised female, so a lot of these are on the girlier side, the girl toys, including a lot of old Barbie stuff. So I was really into the old Barbie movies, like Barbie, Princess and anytime I see something from this specific era of Barbie, because it was surprisingly short, I always am sure to grab it. By the way, almost all of this stuff, I think all of it, actually 100% of it, comes from the thrift store. So, here's a little cereal bowl. That is, oh, I got the name wrong. It's Barbie Fairytopia Mermaidia. That's a mouthful. You can see we got Bibble here. Shout out Bibble. Bibble number 1. Yeah, a little cereal bowl with her on it. And something I love that is unique to this era of Barbie. That in the later Barbie movies, they switched completely away from this. Is that all of the merchandise, including books or anything of the sort, for these, did not show Barbie as she is depicted in the movies. It is a actual Barbie doll on all of the merchandise. Now, I don't want to say all, because I actually don't know that for sure, but most of it. And I am very nostalgic for this era of Barbie. And furthermore, in terms of the Barbie movies, I'll grab something. We have Erica. I believe her name was Erica. Erica. From Barbie Princess and the Pauper. A little tiny Erica doll. Now, she's not in the best shape, like I said. I thrift all of these, and so I just kind of leave them in the condition they're in. But yeah, Barbie Princess and the Pauper. If you remember the Barbie movies at all of this era, you'll remember that this movie is the one where they sing, "I'm just like you, you're just like me." Also, I feel like this movie has had a resurgence in pop culture on account of Preminger, the villain, being, there's like a trend where people dressed as him, on TikTok, I think. You might have seen that, regardless of whether you're familiar with the movie. It's the one where it says, it's a temporary setback. It's a momentary loss. But conveniently, my ego was bruised. He's a fire-ass villain. Honestly, the movie, I don't know. I haven't watched it recently, but I want to say it probably still holds up. Okay. Moving on. Oh my god. She has one of these little braids that's like sits on the edge of her head like a headband, but it keeps falling down her face. Poor girl. She's in rough shape. Okay. I think that's all I have for the Barbie stuff, at least with me right now. Next, I have this little guy. He is Hoops, or is he Yo-Yo? It is slipping my mind which one he is. But he is Hoops, I want to say, of Hoops and Yo-Yo fame. Now, this one in particular is a little Valentine's one that says, "You're sizzling hot." Now, if you are like, that looks familiar, but I can't totally remember what it's from. Hoops and Yo-Yo were, was it the creation of Hallmark? Whatever it was, they were on cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards, greeting cards. Particularly those ones where you would open it and it would play a song. They would always say some silly stuff. And I believe there are some little animated shorts of them as well. But yeah, super cutie little guy. I remember, I don't know if my brother got it or if I got it, but one of us got a Hoops and Yo-Yo card for our birthday. And I vividly remember we loved that card. We loved it. And we would open it and play it over and over again. And we probably drove my mom crazy. Now, I think I recently went looking for it online to see if I could find it. And I can't find it. remember the song was something along the lines of like, I'm gonna run with scissors, running with scissors, running with scissors. I don't know. I guess they were running with scissors in the card. So yeah. Let me know in the comments, did you guys ever get these hoops and yo-yo cards? Or if you maybe didn't get one yourself, but maybe you're familiar. I literally just put 2 and 2 together. He's wearing oven mitts because it says you're sizzling hot. You're sizzling hot. Now, he does make noise. He does talk. Let's see this little button right here. But again, it's probably going to be so loud. I mean, maybe, I think I'm going to press it. I'm going to press it. I may or may not keep it in. He says, you're sizzling. That's why I've got on these gloves of love. So yeah, there we go with that. Now, the next toy, all of these toys I've shown you thus far, other than the Suzu bed, I did not have as a child. I did not have. I just saw, or they reminded me of my childhood. This next one, I did have. Now, this is not the one I had in particular. I don't really have any of my childhood toys still. I think my parents probably just got rid of them, but here we have Baby Pinkie Pie. Again, a bygone era of My Little Pony. I only had one of the old My Little Pony movies on DVD, which of course was the only way I was watching them. And I believe it was the Very Minty Christmas. It might have come in a collection with other My Little Pony stories, movies, because those movies are always, little short ones, like TV movies, but I did have this Baby Pinkie Pie. She has a cute little diaper that you can change. Oh my god, look at her belly button. That's cute. She has a little diaper, cute little bow, and of course, she has actual floofy hair. So, and she even has her cutie mark, which at the time, in this era of My Little Pony, they were not called cutie marks. I don't remember what they were called, but cutie marks wasn't a thing until My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I used to know the names of all the different generations of My Little Pony. I was very educated at one point on My Little Pony, but it's slipping my mind what generation this would be from. But yeah, I do have a whole collection of older My Little Ponies. But I'll be showing you one or two, because like I said, honestly, I used to know all of their names and what generations they were from, but I've just kind of forgotten over time. So yeah, here's Pinkie Pie. But let's go back a generation, and I'll show you two of it was just the two that were sitting on top of the bag, so, okay. Here she is. She's in pretty decent shape, especially compared to a lot of the other ponies I have, in terms of she still has a curl to her mane. A curl. And there's no scratches or scuffs on her that I know of. Now she does have one of the moving heads, which not all ponies have. Actually, most do not. I do have a lot of, I think they call them phonies. Actually, I think they call them fakies, which is funny because phonies would be such a good name for them. Phony. I do have a collection of those as well, but I'm choosing just to show you the authentic My Little Ponies. And how you can tell she's authentic is she has the little Hasbro on her hoof. Here it is. If you can see, it says, I don't think you can see, but right here on her hoof, Hasbro is inscribed in there. And the other giveaway is the rooted tail. In a lot of the fake My Little Ponies, you can see these little holes where the tail is being held in, whereas a lot of the real ones, not all, this isn't like a 100% giveaway, but a lot of the real ones come to a specific point and they all go in one spot, if that makes sense. So yeah, very cute. show you one more of them. She also is from the same generation. She's got a moving head too. She also has the little bow on her tail. She is reminiscent, well, I was gonna say she's reminiscent of Applejack and Friendship is Magic, but it's literally just that she's orange. That's where the resemblance stops. Now, something that endears me a lot to this specific generation of ponies is the long faces. They're actually more horse-like. Oh yeah, her mane is still pretty curled too. Pretty girl. The long faces, if you look, they almost look sad. They have like sad eyes, and I love that. It's so cute. They have these like angled eyes. So cute. Which one you like better? Oh, I didn't really show you her cutie mark. It's just a bunch of hearts, little hearts, little hearts. Alright. Who remembers Max and Ruby? Max and Ruby. Ruby and Max. I recall that Max and Ruby were the subject of lots of internet like theories, and there was even like a big beef on TikTok regarding whether Ruby was like an evil older sister to Max. It is so cute, and I always wanted one of those cakes that Ruby makes. One of the cakes that Ruby makes. I'll put a picture up on screen now of what that looked like in this one episode. But yeah, he makes good sounds. Did anyone else watch Max and Ruby? I can't recall what channel they were on, but it was cable. And I know it was cable channel because at my parents' house I did not have cable, but at my grandma's house I did. So if it was a grandma's house show, it was a cable show. At home it was, PBS. Okay. Moving on. Okay, I wish to dedicate this next segment to Yo Gabba Gabba. I may or may not have just lost a nail. Don't pay attention to that. Yo Gabba Gabba, Yo Gabba Gabba. Now, I feel like Yo Gabba Gabba was a little bit later in my childhood, if I remember correctly. But this show rocks. It still holds up fantastically. I am very fond of Yo Gabba Gabba, and when I was a nanny, I used to show my little guy, Yo Gabba Gabba, even when he was a teeny tiny little baby. So first, and he's been featured in videos before, we have Broby. Broby, of course, the fan favorite. He's so baby. He's so cute. I have considered dressing up as Broby for Halloween several times, but I need to get a group that would be down for dressing up as the entire Yo Gabba Gabba cast. Now, Yo Gabba Gabba, retrospectively, in hindsight, such a cool show, because they bring on musical guests in every episode, and they had some real fun, funky, alternative bands on there. So, there's Broby. If you're familiar with There's a Party in My Tummy, so yummy, he is responsible. And now, she is in much rougher shape, but we have Fufa. Her eyes are scratched, so she kind of looks half dead, but here's my girl Fufa. She always annoyed the hell out of me when I was a kid, but not as much as, I'm blanking on her name, the blue cat. Alright, and next we have a finger puppet of Muno. So I have one of every character except the blue cat. And of course I don't have DJ Lance, but I don't know how much merchandise there is of him out there. Alright. So that's all my Yo Gabba Gabba stuff, I think. Moving on. I don't recall much about this little guy, except that I saw him and I said, oh my god, I know that. That was a thing when I was a kid. Does anyone remember the dog? The dog. Now, I don't even know what this brand necessarily was or did, but I know that they partnered with McDonald's for McDonald's toys, like 3 different times. So this is one of those. This is a McDonald's toy of the dog. If you remember, it was these pictures of dogs, but from like a fisheye lens. So obviously his head is freaking huge. But he is so super cute, so super cute. The dog. They also had the cat as well. And honestly, they might have even had more. So if anyone knows more about these, let me know in the comments. Okay. I'm going to do a few more girly things. So, okay, this next one I did have as a child. I actually did have this. This is a toy Disney princess camera. Now, of course, it doesn't take actual photos. As you can see, there's a little picture of Cinderella as the, like, what do you call it? I don't know. Is that the viewfinder? Yeah, I think so. And I don't know if I can get, oh, I can, I think. If you look in the little lens, you can see just barely. Now, this isn't really rough shape, but there is pictures in there, almost like those, what were those called? Viewmasters? Now, I believe it is supposed to be able to switch between pictures with when you press the button. Or maybe this one. However, oh, I didn't even realize. Maybe that does it. I don't know if it was supposed to do that at one point, but it most certainly does not now. Now, looking through it, it's Snow White kissing her Prince Charming. That's not his name. Is it? Snow White is it? I don't remember, but my favorite princess growing up was Cinderella. 100%. I was a Cinderella stan. Okay. So, speaking of Disney princesses, this is actually going to segue us into Polly Pocket territory, but I have a Polly Pocket of, I almost called her Belle, Aurora, aka Sleeping Beauty, Briar Rose. Now, in the YouTube short I made showing off these toys, I referred to the Polly Pocket toys, clothes, as the forbidden fruit snack. And I know that has been a thing on the internet, that everyone realized, oh, so this is just a shared experience. But chewing on this, it's different. If it wasn't for the fact that these are toys I thrifted at the toy store, I absolutely would chew on them as part of my chewing on inanimate objects series. And I mean, I could deep clean them, but I still don't trust it. And I have more. Now, I believe this was Ariel's dress. But maybe not, because I vaguely remember Ariel having a lilac, like a purple colored dress with long sleeves. So I don't know. And, oh my god, okay, wait, here it is. I forgot that I even had it. Was this it? Or was this maybe Jasmine's? I'm struggling to remember. Are these specific dresses nostalgic for anyone else? Nostalgic. Okay, so next Polly Pocket item. I honestly don't recall seeing this at all when I was a kid, so it may be newer than I realize, but it is one of these little Polly Pocket worlds. There's a little wheel thing that you stick her on and make her go around. There's a little chair she fits on that you can use as like an elevator. There's little seats for her right there where she clips in and clips in. And there's also a little spinny thing where you can change it from night to a rainbow in the daytime to sunny to cloudy. So that is just so much fun. So much fun. I honestly could have just Google reverse searched an image of this to see when it's from. But if anyone had one of these, let me know. Let me see, maybe it says a copyright. Oh, well, there's your answer. This is from 2018. But hey, people born in 2018 are 7 now, so shout out to my 7-year-olds. Although, realistically, I guess, when you're playing with Polly Pockets, you're probably like 6 or 7, so maybe my 2012 babies, so that would make you like 13 or something. I don't know. But it is very cute regardless, and I've seen several more of these at the thrift store, and I thought about grabbing them. But again, it doesn't really like scratch that nostalgia itch for me because, well, clearly it's from 2018. I was 15 years old, a little bit old, too old to be playing Polly Pockets. I have a vivid memory regarding Polly Pockets of Lower Drop. My family was a foster family. And I remember one of the girls that stayed with us took my damn Polly Pockets. She took them. She stole a bunch of them. And you know how I know is because my mom, when they were packing up their stuff, there was multiple girls staying with us, but when they were packing up their stuff, my mom opened her bag and found a bunch of my Polly Pockets and was like, hey, you can't take these with you. Mind you, I was like 7, so not much concept of like, hey, maybe she wants these toys because she doesn't have toys like I have or whatever. No. That did not like occur to me. But anyway, my mom was like, took them out of her bag and like, you can't take her toys. But sure enough, after my mom put them back, and then like the next day the girl left, I was like, half my Polly Pockets are gone. That was honestly ballsy of her, so respect to just be like, I know I got caught once, but shit, let me try again. Like, honestly valid. I'm glad she got those Polly Pockets. She earned them. And I guess it was just one less choking hazard in my bedroom. And out of all of the things that I've showed you guys so far, this next one is the most niche, probably. Because I was raised in a Christian household, so maybe if you were born around 2003 and you were a girl and you were raised in a Christian household, this might be familiar to you. I have to know though. Let me know, please let me know, because I don't know how niche this was, and I honestly could not believe I found it in a thrift store. So this is a pop-up book about Gigi, God's Little Princess. Now, they made books of this girl. Think Fancy Nancy or Eloise, but for Christians. Obviously, it's literally called God's Little Princess. Gigi, God's Little Princess. Now, this in particular, they had like little movies of her, like little shows, as well as books, obviously. And Gigi themed like kids' Bibles, I think. This isn't super heavily themed with her. It's a tea party book. However, you can see her right here. That's what she looked like. I mean, it's adorable. It is really adorable. But yeah, does anyone else remember? It says Gigi is having a tea party. Would you like some tea? It's a perfect tea party for God's little princess. A little bit strange now that I'm not so religious anymore, but it's cute. It's cute. It's wholesome, I guess. So there's that. And finally, something that I'm sure none of us have forgotten about. It's still very prevalent in pop culture. Teletubbies. Teletubbies. Now, I don't remember the names. Is this one Poe? I don't remember. I know there's Tinky Winky and Poe. Those are the two that I remember. And I don't think this is Tinky Winky. Tinky Winky, Tinky Winky, Tinky. Oh my god, its eyes look so freaking sad. Help. But yeah, cute, teeny, tiny little Teletubby. Alright. So that is all I have to show you for today. However, there are plenty more of these that I could show you, as well as I'm always building my collection, building my collection, because I find these at the thrift store and I consider myself like I'm archiving these things, because some of these things are niche enough that they probably don't have a lot of merchandise out there. So when I see it and I'm like, oh my god, I recognize that. I feel like I'm a museum curator and I have to save it. So, what was your favorite thing that I showed? Out of all of these, did you have any of these toys? Were these toys a little too young, a little too old for you? Just let me know. Give me some feedback. I love a good show and tell. Now, show and tells don't usually get many views. But I do love doing them, so I would be happy to make a follow-up to this in the future. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And if you can't have a wonderful week, I hope at least one wonderful thing happens to you. Alright? I love you. Bye-bye. Can he shut the hell up?